The Deora 2 is absolutely unstoppable, guys. We have officially finished the first round of the Acceleracers custom fan voting contest on the community tab of my channel, guys, where you guys are going through and voting on your favorite out of the 95 or 100 different customs that we've had on the channel over the last couple of years. Obviously, there are some cars that have, 3 or 4 different versions or models. Randy's made multiple synchros, multiple Deora 2s, guys, but the common denominator out of the 41 or 42 different matchups that we did in the first round, guys, I'm pretty sure the Deora 2 went like 5-0. It absolutely decimated every single other custom that it came up against. So I feel pretty confident saying I would put $10 on the Deora 2 to win the fan voting contest. It's probably going to be a Deora 2 versus a Deora 2 in the final round, guys. So if anybody wants to take me up on that Deora 2 championship bet, you just let me know down in the comments. There are still all sorts of cool customs remaining in the tournament bracket, guys. I'm going to post the updated bracket on my community tab as of the time this video drops, along with the first matchup in round 2, guys. We're going to be narrowing it down now. I think after round 2, we're going to be down to the top 32 customs. Then it goes to 16, 8, 4, 2, and the ultimate winner. I cannot wait to see who takes the crown. Obviously, it looks like it's going to be a Deora 2 right now, guys. But let's go ahead and do a quick recap of some of the first round matchups. There are some absolute Goliath-style customs, guys, that absolutely crushed their opponents in the first round. And there are also some that squeaked through by like the tiniest of margins, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the biggest winners and the luckiest winners of the first round. And don't trip, guys, we are not about to go through every single one of these, but this was the most lopsided matchup, I believe, in the first round. This OG Teku Deora 2 absolutely obliterated Super Tuned, like didn't even give it a chance. And that was kind of a recurring theme. Even the most basic of the customs, like the OG Teku Slingshots and Deora 2s, crushed some of the newer ones, like the holofoil cars, the hyper cars. The OG customs seem to be far and away the favorites. This Teku Slingshot crushed this holofoil jackhammer. And then, of course, this one, guys, absolutely stunned me. I love this hyper baseline. It is a gorgeous car, but Greased Lightning, that is a super sick Highway 35 custom, but once again, got absolutely steamrolled. And another day, another Teku Deora 2 Domination. This premium Teku Deora 2, the latest one that Randy has made, this was probably in the last batch of customs that we got, obliterated this flashback hollowback. And this was a stunner, guys. I had this holofoil high voltage probably in my top 10 all-time favorite customs. But according to the 208 of you who voted on this, the Sunset Riveted absolutely beats it by a country mile. I like the Sunset Riveted, but gosh, is it really 83-17 over this high voltage? And probably a dark horse to win the whole contest, this winged clip drone, guys. Something tells me it's not going to ever beat anything like 90-10, but I think it's going to pretty consistently win matchups. I'm curious to see how far it'll go. And I'm sure no one is surprised, but another Teku Deora 2 victory, absolutely crushing this holofoil RD09, which is probably another top 25 custom in my book, but didn't stand a chance to this hyper Teku Deora 2. And at this point, I kind of realized just how many Deora 2 models we have had over the years. This time it was the stripped metal Teku Deora 2, which beat out this flashback synchro, which once again is a gorgeous custom, but the Deora 2 love just is unstoppable. But all good things must come to an end. There was one Teku Deora 2 that did not make it out of the first round. That was this holofoil one. It got crushed by Hyper Power Rage. And once again, I'm kind of stunned that this is the one that lost out of all of them. The holofoil Teku Deora 2 is really sick. And this was the closest matchup by far and away to probably, once again, top 25 customs in my book. The stripped metal edition Power Rage and this drone Spinebuster are both absolutely incredible, like gems that Randy has made. And this probably was, what, 1 vote away, 2 votes away, 51-49, guys. Absolutely down to the wire. And that's going to be a real bummer to see that drone Spinebuster go home. And this was another one that really surprised me. This Candy Paint Synchro is a national treasure. It is beautiful. Not to take away from the CM5 Flathead, but I could not believe that the Flathead put up that much of a fight against it. And this was another one that really surprised me. I thought that the Drone Crazy 8s would crush this Prototype 12, but Prototype 12 hung in there. Seems to be a lot of love for these Highway 35 cars. And look at this, guys, 242 votes on this one. And this was the day that the final ratified. I think there were 2 ratifieds in this contest, and this was the second one, and it got smacked by the MST Suzuka. And Randy Lahey himself quoted down in the comments very eloquently, "This just goes to show that no matter how much you dress up and how much shine you put on a ratified, at the end of the day, it is still a ratified." And this was the one that put the dagger in my heart, guys. This holofoil synchro, easily one of my top 10 favorite customs of all time. It might even be a top 5 one. got ran over by the Silencer side draft, which once again is a really sick model, but look at that holofoil synchro, guys. How could it only get 33% of the votes? But guys, not to worry. The Midnight Slingshot is still in it. This is probably my dark horse to win the whole thing. I'm a huge fan of this car. It's easy, once again, easily a top 5 custom. You know, I say that a lot. I really should just make a ranking. But unfortunately, the Midnight Slingshot has a really tough second round matchup against the Flashback Spinebuster. So that is going to be really tough, guys. And we'll probably do a little more in-depth on the matchups once we make it into like the 3rd and 4th round. It's just too many to go through all in one video. So that is how it's looking as we head into round 2, guys. Some of my personal favorites are still in there. You know, the Hyper High Voltage, the Nightlife Custom. There's still some really cool cars left. I know there's a couple Maelstroms in there, but it's going to be very interesting to see which custom ends up coming out on top, guys. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how the second round goes and seeing if the matchups start becoming a little less lopsided and a little more evenly matched, you know, 60-40, 55, 45, I'm kind of curious. But huge shout out to all of you guys that are voting in this customs contest, guys. On some of these posts, we've gotten like 200 plus votes. I think we hit 250 on one of them, and that was the most, guys. That is an unbelievable amount of people voting on their favorite custom. So as we are heading into round 2, guys, be sure to go vote for your favorites on the community tab and go down to the comment section and let me know which custom you guys think is going to walk away with the trophy. And special shout out to the 4 or 5 people who commented saying that they like the new channel logo. I'm glad you guys like it. I'm trying to level up the channel a little bit. I might have to learn how to do some video editing at some point, you know, other than just smashing clips together and slapping an intro and calling it a day. But who knows? Time will tell. I got a lot on my plate right now, but we are slowly working on leveling it up a bit. So huge shout out to everybody who commented on the new logo, guys. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to smash the like button for me, subscribe to the Acceleracers Hub for more Acceleracers related content, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.